Welcome to County, an extraordinary road. With plenty of history, it's exceptionally old. But something is brewing and reviving its soul. So come now and join me and let's take a stroll.
County Road, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. County Road, I'll be seeing you again. I'll be waving blue.
But I wanted a house, and then when this house come up in Arundel Street, I said, I found the house. He said, where? He said, it's on Walton Road. It's on Walton Road, County Road. I said, yeah. And he said, what's it like? I said, it's got a church window. And he said, we're buying this house because it's got a little church window. I said, yeah. Each house was different in the street, and I like that. There were schools, there was the train station, there was bus into town. You didn't really have to have a car, although I drive it sooner not, you know, so it was everything, and it still is.
I've lived in Walton village since I was 9 years old. Walton was a place where everybody wanted to come and live years ago.
The people of Walton are the most loyal and community-focused people, but they have to earn your trust.
There's lovely pubs and people and an old church with a steeple, built in 800 and still standing strong. It's ever changing, but the memories live on.
God, thanks for making that up in the
But the top class, there's lovely pubs and people and a sense of community.
The football's been a big part of the community as well. And the church, funnily enough. Not as a religious, but because it's the oldest church in Liverpool, Walton on the Hill. It's got that sense of history, and Walton has a big sense of history. It's not just, things have grown here from scratch.
We had the church halls, then the youth centre, and then there's witches. They were all part of the community.
Now there's a big sea change because we're losing everything.
You know, we've got a real crisis of housing across the city, but certainly in Walton.
So although it's gone through a meteoric change in the last few years, the substance of the place remains the same, i.e. is a huge sense of community.
If there's something wrong, then they always rally round. If something's going under, that's important. You know, like Zoe's place, for example, the Children's Hospice. That wasn't going to go under because we wouldn't have let it go under.
We don't look down on people. We accept people for what they are and what they do.
There's that old-fashioned, lovely aspect of, you know, they know their neighbour. They know if they don't see them, or if they're not well, or they'll go knock on the door, check they're okay, pick them some messages up. That's, you know, that to me is community.
So over the years we've kept together.
Yeah. Over 20 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
22 years or something.
You've lost your other dog.
One dog, yeah.
One of his dogs, and I lost mine, so I took up coming to the park, looking at the wildlife. But we do get injured birds, pigeons, fishing lines, and we clip them. Yeah. And I operated him on here one leg. He's around here somewhere. You're all right. There you are. So that's the leg I amputated. You see the stump?
Auntie.
That's him. And he still comes to me. Right? And these are his mates.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the characters of the park. But the other one is on the far end. But the squirrels, you haven't seen the squirrels. Have you any nuts? We have nuts.
I have got them, but...
Have you got some?
I have got nuts, yeah.
I went and tried to get funding from an organisation, and they said, well, basically my mentor literally went, County Road, you'd be much better on Loch Lane. And I said, but County needs it more than anyone, in my opinion. I said, I'm from County, we've got nothing. Loch Lane's already got everything. The South End's got loads of stuff. We've got absolutely nothing. So I basically just put my little rebellious hat on and just did it myself.
It was hard at the beginning finding any funding. Me and Joe both worked for the first 2 years without any pay, so that's how hard it was. We were very aware that there was something missing, as in community setting for adults. Very old school Scousers, yeah. An awful lot of wonderful rough diamonds.
The first thought when we come down was the library was on fire. It was horrific. And as I started to tell you before, no one phoned each other. Ray come from this side of the street, I come Arundel Street here. I just walked down. Amanda, another friend of ours, we all did, and it was all women, we all just merged, and it was spine. We looked at each other, we just silently wept. And we got along to the library. People started converging then, but all the young people come out with rubbish bags and the gilets on saying youth clubs. Everyone mucked in, looked at each other, and we didn't know what to do because the men and the boys were mopping and cleaning. We just looked at Ray, and for some reason she just went into lion mode, and she said, right, let's get back the shop.
Got everyone a basket, wellies, a loads of sage in there, some Palo Santo, some black tourmaline crystals for protection. We went up to the library and we were all burning sage on county with the intention of cleansing the rubbish energy from the night before and bringing in renewal and rebirth and growth. And I know a few are still there, they look like tiny little pieces of coal, but I've just left them in place in situ, and I sometimes flick a little one by when I walk past and I top them up again.
Dora,
It's the clock.
where that area is where the Walton
The clock chimes.
That area, there used to be a town hall on the opposite side of the road. Do you remember the town hall?
Yes, we had a town hall.
You know where the
'cause
flyover
we
is?
were
On
a
the
town
back,
hall.
there's a town hall on the
We
other
were
side.
here before Liverpool.
Okay. Built in 800 with a Saxon cross, babies and marriages full of life and loss. When the bells of St Mary's chime, it uplifts me to a happier time or happier time. Happier time.
The only thing I wish is that they bring the church bells back because they don't ring anymore on New Year's Eve. They haven't rung on New Year's Eve for a couple of years, and that used to be a real centre point. You know, people would, absolutely thousands of people would come to the church New Year's Eve. I think they're very passionate about where they live. I think seeing the main road, County Road, obviously disappear. There's not even a butcher or a greengrocer anymore. It's just been replaced with lots of barbers and vape shops and sun shops. And to the older generation, they're not the shops that they need.
This is such a special community, and I absolutely love this Our House Community Centre.
Well, can you get us some shops on County Road?
Yeah, we need shops. Let's manifest it. What sort of shops do you want?
What shops?
What shops?
What shops do you want?
Vape shops, nail shops.
I'll have an Alfie and I'll have a Lidl.
She wants a little. All right. She's not asking for much.
We're often told there's not many places like this in the entire of Liverpool anymore, or even in the country. It's old-fashioned, but you know it's not at the same time. We've got modern stuff, but yeah, we try and cling on to some of the old stuff that people used back then. I've been in County DIY since 1994. I was 21 years old when I got here, and I'm slightly older than 21 now. So it's been the making of me. Basically, I met my wife. She worked across the road in a pet shop. So yeah, it's brought me everything I've got. Yeah, I've got a good bunch of staff behind me too. They're my main asset, the people who work for me and work with me. My main priority is to the customers and to my staff too. You know, when you've been here a long time, you see somebody coming in with a little tiny child, and then before you know it, the child's a foot taller than you. This is Michael. He's been here for 6.5 years now, Michael. Well, he's an actor anyway, and a filmmaker. Won an award for his first film, didn't you, Michael? What's the name of your film? Little Brother? Baby Brother. I always call it Little Brother. He lives with my daughter, so. But he's a good kid. He really is a good kid. I call him a kid. He's 32 now. I shouldn't call him a kid anymore. But yeah, he's a really, really, really nice lad.
Again. County Road, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. County Road, I'll be seeing you again. I'll be waving blue as I say I love you. County Road, through and through. That's lovely.
This dog coming now is Harvey. Harvey, this is
yeah.
Harvey. named after the Everton player, you know, obviously.
Colin Harvey.
Hello, Harvey. He knows where the biscuits are.
These two legends of the park, these two. Always with the animals, feeding the animals.
Even in the rain?
Even in the rain. There's John. John's here every day too, he runs. See John. See John there. John. John's part of the community.
The taxman's after him.
We go to the local pubs and Weatherspoons and that, you know.
He goes
once a week and that, you know. Sort of.
My hobby is singing. Oh, my lovely rose of Clare, you're the sweetest girl I know. You're the queen of all the roses, like the pretty flowers that grow. You are the sunshine of my life, so beautiful and fair. And I have won the heart of one, my lovely rose of Clare. So, that's it.
Happier time. Okay, so what else do we want to know? Because it's like we're dipping around to the past, and now we need to think about the future. The future.
Now there's a big sea change because we're losing Everton. Well, football ground. We haven't said that. The big thing that's come out of that is the women's football team's going to have that, which about bloody time. It went through. You know, they're not spending much money on the north. Well, not spending any money actually. But it's people are sort of making stuff happen, which every time there's a slump in Liverpool, there'll be a renaissance. We'll hit back.
In this area, there's not, like you said, there's not just us, there's loads of, like I say, you know, we've got Walton Youth up the road who do amazing work with the children. We've got Walton ABC here who do fantastic work, you know, keeping the children off the streets, teach them discipline, you know, and, you know, these are kids who, you know, we can be walking in with heavy bags and they'll go, do you need a hand, missus? Do you know?
So there's people, volunteers, the other day that girl, remember, with the two dogs?
Yeah, come round, yeah. So
she come around and I seen her going around the park. I said, what's she doing with that big bag? She's picking bits of paper, putting them in, doing it off her own back, you know, which is wonderful to see that. But the corporation will tell you, oh, we've got no money now, you know. So people have taken it in their own hands, which everyone should do. If you love your park, you'll respect it, won't you? Yeah. You know, if you're going to live there, it's just the environment, isn't it?
The library is crucial to everything around here. And you ask the kids now, all the kids are reading. I know they're always on the tablets, but they're reading as well. So we've noticed more children and young men and women, and it's a safe space, don't forget. It's an absolute safe space.
Oh, Scousers, I think we're the best in the world.
Are you fighting?
My first ever.
Oh, Kung Fu. Did you say what's martial arts?
I've been joint top of the bill.
Oh, blimey.
And I'm not revealing the place.
No.
Because people come buy tickets and I don't want
don't
want anyone to come and see me. Probably the best kick if someone was going to come at you would just be a side kick, which would get you in the stomach.
Yeah.
If it's done properly, literally it's going to stop you in your tracks. Well, yeah, it hurts. It's going to be right in the breadbasket. You're going to be using your weight coming at someone, and they're just going to stop you in your track. Yeah. So a good little side kick. Sorry, and I actually got you then.
I mean, even if you go to Walton on the Hill, as I was saying, the biggest creative ever lived there when it was a farm, and his name was Carter Preston. And Carter Preston did all the statuary. He's a polymath, did all the statuary in the Anglican Cathedral. Who knew?
I didn't even know why I got an MBA in the first place. I don't know why, just because I only done things other people would do, run play group, and he said, you've got an MBA. But they give them to anyone, I think.
This was written by these lovely ladies over here that helped write this beautiful song about County Road. I mean, she's very humble. I think it's beautiful.
Diane, the famous, you know.
with a towering steeple, built strong with a Saxon cross. Babies, marriages, life and loss. I've walked this road, I know this place, the smells, the sounds and every face. I hope it's here for years to come. It's my home, it's where I'm from.
Everyone,
County Road, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. County Road, I'll be seeing you again. I'll be waving blue as I say I love you. County Road, through and through. Get dressed in finest clothes, coats and hats with head to toe. On years we would talk and sing. Come together, the bells would ring. The bells.
If they need to go, they need to go. The area will survive.
Keep going, that's all I can say. We Scousers are the best.
Honestly, it blows my mind that we have some of the most poorest communities, yet they're the most generous.
This is where we galvanise now, and this is where we come together and we make it better. A phoenix rises from the flames, and Walton's, nearly swore, a great phoenix.
Oh, it's going to be big. It is. It is. Yeah, come on. We're not going to sit down and take any messing off that lot.
County Road, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. County Road, I'll be seeing you again. I'll be waving blue as I say I love you. County Road, through and through.
One last time.
County Road, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. County Road, I'll be seeing you again. I'll be waving blue as I say I love you. County Road, through and through.
Oh, the sun that shines out like a jewel on the lovely hills of Clare. As I strolled along with my sweet lass one evening at the fair, her eyes they shone like silver streams, her long, long golden hair. For I have won the heart of one, my lovely Rose of Clare. Oh, my lovely Rose of Clare, you're the sweetest girl I know. You're the queen of all the roses, like the pretty flowers that grow.